Hi, my name is Adam Powers, Chief Technology Officer here at Landcope. This video provides some quick insight into how Landcope can help you achieve deep, flow-based visibility into VMware ESX virtual network environments. Before we get into our demonstration, let's take a quick look at the underlying enabling technology, Landcope's Flow Sensor VE. The Flow Sensor VE is a VM-ready virtual appliance. This is a small 140 megabyte image that is installed or imported into your VMware ESX server host environment. The flow sensor connects to the internal vSwitches within the VMware ESX server, promiscuously capturing all communications that occur between the different VMs that are co-located inside the VMware ESX server. The flow sensor captures the communications, translates them into NetFlow messages, which are sent out of the VMware ESX server across the physical network to the StealthWatch flow collector. The result is complete flow level visibility into all the communications that are happening inside your VMware ESX host. The key to this design is that lightweight packet capture and flow creation occur inside the flow sensor, while the heavy behavioral analysis, reporting, and I/O heavy flow storage process occurs inside the StealthWatch flow collector. So this is an out-of-band approach. We do very little amount of analysis and flow creation inside the VMware server, and then do all of the heavy lifting, the heavy analysis inside our own 1 or 2U network appliance, the StealthWatch flow collector. So now let's take a look at what the flow sensor provides for you. So this is the graphical user interface for the StealthWatch system. On the left side of the page here, we have in our tree a VM servers node. Each one of the items listed in this tree are the individual VMware ESX server hosts in which we've installed our flow sensor. So if we drill down here, we can see that each one of these provides a complete list of all the VMs that are running inside the individual hosts, the individual VMware servers. You get your resource groups, you get your individual VMs listed with their current status, so they're running, paused, stopped. So this view is going to look very much like what you would see inside VMware's infrastructure client application. So one thing to note here is that this system is vMotion aware. This means that if one of these VMs is moved, let's say from VM demo 1, automatically moved down to VM demo 90, all of the traffic information, the behavioral baselining, all the information will automatically transition within the StealthWatch system. So if we moved MS SharePoint from VM demo 1 to VM demo 90, MS SharePoint would just magically disappear from this location and reappear down here under VM demo 90. So the system is fully vMotion aware, vMotion capable. Now, the biggest difference between the StealthWatch system and what infrastructure client provides for you is that the tree in this system is fully interactive. So I can right click on VM demo 90 here, and I can select, let's go to status, and then pick VM status. So this will give us a list of each one of our VMs, the current IP address associated with each one of the VMs, and their traffic characteristics. How many bits per second do they have flowing inbound? How many bits per second do they have flowing outbound, etc. So let's right-click on our server again. This time let's go down to traffic, and we'll select VM server traffic. This is going to give us a view of the total aggregate bits per second rates going in and out of VM demo 90. So this is showing us the last 24 hours. Let's expand our view out a little bit. We'll change this to 7 days. Now I got a 7-day view of the total traffic flowing to and from VM demo 90. Now the colors here, each color represents an individual VM. So in this case, the pink color is XE-03. This is traffic flowing into XE-03. The green here, this is XE-01. So the legend gives you the color. We can see each individual VM there. Now, the great thing about a flow-enabled system, or the StealthWatch system specifically, is that anytime you have a chart, like what you see on the screen here, we can always drill down into the chart to view the underlying communications that led to that particular spike in traffic, or the chart looking the way it does. So let's click here on the chart and zoom in a little bit. We'll take a closer look at this small region of the graph here. So we see we have traffic flowing outbound from SMC-01. So I'm going to right click on this area of the chart, select flows, and then select flow table. This will quickly pull up all the individual flows that were happening at that time. It'll show us the client side, so the source of the data, and then the destination, the server side. So in this case, the top flow, or the top conversation that was occurring in our chart there, was a communication between 10.241.093 and 10.192.0.91. So this was an HTTPS connection occurring at a rate of about 59.94 kilobits per second. Now we can drill down even further here by clicking on the flow, on the conversation pair here, and hitting the space bar. So when we hit the space bar, this pulls up the quick view for this particular flow. So this will show us all the various attributes of the communications between these two IP addresses. It shows us the bits per second rate, the total number of TCP connections, the server response time, as well as the round trip time in milliseconds between the two hosts. So we have a variety of elements here that describe to us in great detail exactly how these two hosts are communicating with one another. Hit the space bar again, it closes it back up, and we're all set. So it's very, very easy to go from an area in the chart down into the individual flows using the Flow Sensor VE. So if you have questions or comments about Landcope's Flow Sensor technology, or you're interested in a live demo, drop us a line at sales@landcope.com.